What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over some more leaks for Chapter 4 Season 3. In the most recent Fortnite update, there was a lot of stuff added to the game files, which we'll likely see next season. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below one POI and one weapon you hope is in next season. So, like, stuff that is currently in the game that stays next season. So, the Volcano has been a leading theory for what we can expect to occur kind of towards the end of this season or during next season, ever since the launch of this one, because there's this mountain next to Mega City that looks very similar to a volcano. And with the most recent update, there was even more added, which would imply this could be the case. There are now earthquakes that have a chance to randomly happen during the course of the match, and I assume these will get more pronounced and happen more frequently later on during the season. I personally haven't seen any of them yet, but I have seen people post themselves encountering some of the earthquakes, and it would kind of make sense that if there are these earthquakes, and maybe this could trigger the volcano's eruption. There also has been cracks forming around the map with these earthquakes going off, and this has gotten more and more like extreme update by update during the course of this season. There's even more files added for the new jungle biome in this week's update, which isn't really that exciting. We kind of already knew that the jungle biome was happening, and just seeing that there's new files for different types of like trees or rocks or mud really isn't that interesting, but it does kind of exist as further proof that it's very likely we will see the new jungle biome next season. It's not just some random thing that somebody said. It's something that has been consistently getting updated and consistently getting worked on update by update this season. And along with these new jungle files, there was new audio for volcanoes that was leaked. So there is, obviously we thought the volcano would be happening, and it seemed like that would be the case. But Epic also added new volcano ambient sounds like thunder, rumble, and the earth moving. So not only do we have this mountain that looks like a volcano, we have earthquakes going off and cracks forming around the island. We have like all the jungle biome leaks, and now we even have new audio files that were added to the game that imply a volcano will definitely be taking place. A lot of the volcano stuff this season I felt was kind of like, it made sense, but a lot of it was just kind of like coincidence maybe. But like with new volcano files getting added to the game for audio, I think this will definitely be the case. With these new jungle files, in-game Raptors, which haven't been seen in the game since since season 2, I don't think they were in chapter 3 at all. It seems like the Raptors will be returning, and we will be able to ride them. So if you guys started playing in Chapter 3 for Zero Build, you haven't seen these, but these Raptors were so annoying. They would roll in packs of like 3 or 4 typically, I think, and they were hostile by default. So you had to like tame them with meat, I think, and then they would be on your team essentially. But you couldn't ride them because we didn't have riding animals in Chapter 2, and they weren't in Chapter 3 when they had riding animals. But now it seems like the Raptors will be returning next season, as Epic added new exhausted and rested audio for them in the files. So there's audio for the Raptors being exhausted or resting to regain their stamina. And this heavily implies that you will be able to ride them, obviously, because if you weren't going to be able to ride Raptors, why would they do this? And then also, if they weren't adding Raptors back, why would they do this as well? So it seems like the dinosaurs will be returning to the game, and if you guys didn't get to experience them in Chapter 2, you will now. The next thing is not my cup of tea at all, but next season it seems like there will be armored cars with NPCs driving around in them, and I assume once eliminated, you will be able to like take control of the armored cars, or maybe you'll just be able to hire them straight up. I hope these are kind of neutral NPCs. In Chapter 2 Season 3, we had the Marauders, which would kind of just like crash land on the map and then start attacking you, and they weren't that annoying, but it was annoying if you were already dealing with somebody else and then the Marauders rolled up. So like I could see this being very similar, where like if you're in a fight with somebody else, or your team is fighting another team and you get third partied by these NPCs in an armored vehicle, that would be pretty irritating. I'm not the biggest fan of vehicles in general in this game. We had the battle bus for like most of Chapter 3, I think, and I was really never a fan of it. It was just always annoying to deal with. Hopefully, if they do add this armored car, it's a little more balanced than what the battle bus was, because it was very irritating dealing with that, especially in-game. A fan favorite item that could be returning next season will be the Spiderman Web Slingers. Epic added a new Fearless Flight Mythic to the Spiderman Mythic folder, and this will cost about 600 gold when purchased from an NPC. So we've had the Spiderman Web Slinger at the start of Chapter 3, and then later on in Chapter 3 we had the Grapple Glove. I don't think we've had the Grapple Glove this season, but we had the ODM gear, which is kind of similar, and now it seems like the Spiderman Web Slingers may be returning next season. There are also 2 new Spider-Man skins coming to the game, and a lot of players think this will be Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2099, as Miles has been rumored to be coming for the game for a while. I think even in the initial Spider-Man season we had in Chapter 3 Season 1, a lot of people thought Miles Morales would be coming to the game, and then later on we got Spider-Gwen, and people thought Miles would be coming to the game again. But the new Across the Spider-Verse movie releases very close to the release date of the season. The movie launches on the 2nd of June, which was initially going to be the end date of the season we're currently in. Epic did extend this season until the 9th of June, but either way, the launch of next season is very close to the launch of the Across the Spider-Verse movie, and if they had this in this season, it would just be for the last week or so, and I don't know if they would really bring back the Spider-Man Web Slingers for just 1 week. Maybe they will in some sort of like Spider Wild Week, but typically the last week of the season is more for like storyline development or like kind of build up for the event if there is going to be one, and a lot of people do think there will be an event this season. So I would expect to see this Miles Morales stuff drop next season rather than the end of this one, but who knows? It's Epic Games, they'll do what they want to do, you know? But if you are a fan of Spider-Man, this will be exciting to have in the game. Even if you aren't a fan of Spider-Man, the Web Slingers are a very good mobility item, and ever since they reworked it to the Grapple Glove, it's been one of the most like balanced mobility items in my opinion. That would be one of my main kind of critiques so far of Chapter 4 is a lot of the mobility items have also had like an attack aspect that was pretty annoying. Like we had the Shockwave Hammer with the attack, the Kinetic Blade with the attack, the ODM Blade with the attack, and all those were just kind of irritating to deal with sometimes, whereas like the Web Slingers, you use it to get around the map. You use it to get from point A to point B faster. If you get shot out, it goes on cooldown and you potentially take fall damage. I just feel like it was a lot more balanced when the mobility was mobility. And then the final thing I want to talk about in this video is going to be return of the drum shotgun and its potential mythic version. So if you guys didn't play in Chapter 3 Season 2, the drum shotgun was a menace in zero builds. It was incredibly good, and it was very annoying to deal with, but part of that was also because it comboed really good with the jetpack that was in the game at the time. But there's a mythic version of the drum shotgun that was leaked, and this will do 72 body damage or 109 headshot. If you guys didn't use the drum shotgun before, it's very inconsistent because it has a very large reticle. So while it does have the potential to do 72 damage or 109 headshot if you hit all of the pellets, it's really unlikely that you'll hit all the pellets. The blue version had 50 damage, so this is a decent step up from the blue version that we had last chapter, but either way, it's just a very inconsistent weapon. The tweet also says it'll have a 3 fire rate, and it was 4 in the past, and this was true for like a long time ago, but last time the drum shotgun was in the game, it had a fire rate of 3, so it will have the same fire rate that it had in Chapter 3, and then it'll also have a slightly faster reload, which is the case for pretty much every weapon in Fortnite. As you go up in rarity, you get higher damage and faster reload speed. That's typically the thing that changes. I'm sure if there is a mythic drum shotgun next season, it will be a very annoying weapon to play against in zero build. Like I said, it is inconsistent, but it just has such a good fire rate, and depending on what augments are in the game, it would be even better. Like the shotgun recycle augment would combo well with this. The shotgun siphon augment would combo really well with this. The 0-point dash augment we had last season would combo really well with this. And then who knows what other potential shotgun augments they might add to the game that would make the drum shotgun even better. In a flat out 1v1, I don't think it would be as good as somebody who combos like a pump and SMG well. Like for a lot of Chapter 3 Season 2, I just ran Striker, Pump, and SMG because we had like the combat SMG at the time, which was really good. But depending on what mobility is in the game, I could see the drum shotgun being very good. Like I said, last chapter, it comboed really well with the jetpack because you could just kind of fly around and be a menace with the jetpack while kind of chipping people with the drum shotty. And if we have something like that in the game next season, it will probably be the meta in zero build. Hopefully we get an event this season. Like I said before, it seems like we don't really know until the end of the season, as it kind of like builds up over the course of the season, whether or not we're going to get an event. It seemed like we would have one last season with the Rift Gate. It didn't happen, but there has been somewhat of a trend of having an event every other season for the past few years in Fortnite. So if that continues to be the case, hopefully we'll have some sort of volcano eruption event at the end of this season. But that is going to be it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of these leaks and what item and POI you would like to remain in the game for next season. Thanks for watching.